We're joined by the Rambassador, Eric Dickerson.
This is a shocking moment. I'm so proud of my friend Eric Dickerson for showing up today, but he is unaccompanied for the first time here because what happened to Mini ED?
He mad. I couldn't even get him up this morning. He just said, I can't go. He said, I'm too hurt. I can't go.
He's not over it.
Yeah, he can't get over it.
Well,
but I'm over it.
Way to go.
Well, I have to ask you, Eric, what happened to your Rams Sunday?
Let me ask you, did any of you ever see the movie Face Off with Nicolas Cage?
I did.
Yeah, John
yes.
Travolta?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is one fan said, it's perfect. He said that I think Jeff Fisher coached that game and put his face on as Sean McVay. Because that's how bad our offense was. I've got to say. I mean, I got to congratulate Robert Kraft and the Patriots because I tell you, I think a lot of Robert Kraft. And I'm not a big fan of saying someone is the best or the greatest of anything, because I think you have to go in eras. You know, who do you like? My guy was O.J. Simpson. You know, some love Jim. That was my guy.
Right.
But I've got to say, Bill Belichick is the greatest coach that I've ever seen coach football. Wow. I got to give it up. I mean, that's just that's the facts. You know, in that football game, I talked to Todd Gurley the night before the game. Sent him a text, see how he was feeling. He's Eric, I'm 100%. I'm ready to go. And I talked to Richard Dent, Hall of Famer, Ricky Jackson, and my good friend Harvey Armstrong that I played with at SMU. All of them asked me the same question. Why didn't they run Todd Gurley? What was up with that? I mean, I just don't understand why we didn't run the football. That is one of the things that has kind of perplexed me all year. Sometimes with all these new coaches, they don't want to run the football. They get caught up in this newfangled offense. Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna spread it out, we're gonna do all these kind of things. And I just didn't see the same Rams football team. I really didn't. And was it disappointing? Yes, it was. You punt the ball 8 times. We never got in the red zone once. We had to score. We had to kick a 53-yard field goal. We just never got on pace. And I got to give that credit to Bill Belichick. I mean, he did to the Rams what no one else was able to do, even when we playing bad. And to me, it was just a game that we never got on track. And we never got on track because of Coach Belichick. And Sean McVay, I got to say, is a young coach. He was playing checkers, and Bill Belichick was playing chess. That's what it looked like. And for me, it's frustrating, but I got to say that's why I'm glad I don't play, because I slept great that night after the game. If I was playing, I couldn't have slept at all.
Exactly.
You know the feeling. Yeah. You play every play over your head.
He doesn't know the feeling.
No, I haven't lost in the Super Bowl, but
you lose sleep. You just lose sleep. You can't. You just like, man, maybe I should have did this, maybe I should have did that. But I have to give it up to Coach Belichick and the Patriots, and they beat us.
I'm disappointed that Sean McVay didn't make any adjustments. I saw no adjustment. He just came in with a game plan, and when that game plan didn't work, he just tried to make it work. Skip. ED, you remember when you was growing up and you say, Coach, man, they got like 10 guys at the line of scrimmage. They ain't gonna work. Make it work.
Make it work. Make it work.
No, it's not gonna work. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Todd Gurley says. Todd Gurley was not healthy. Todd Gurley had 3 rushing attempts against the Saints. Todd Gurley didn't have the explosiveness. That 18-yard run, that's a 30-yard run when Todd Gurley's healthy. Todd Gurley is more explosive than what I've seen him over the last 2 years.
Are you buying that?
I'm not buying that.
I'm not either.
I'm not buying that.
Sorry.
No. I'm not buying that. I just, he said to me, he said, I'm healthy. Shannon, how it is this time of season. Yeah. Your body's wore out. It's not the same.
How much tell me ask you a question, ED? Did you ever ride the bike, stationary bike, when you was a player?
No, we didn't have them things. No.
Yeah, I mean, Todd Gurley spent more time on the bike than he did on the field.
I know. Eric
Dickerson,
that's what bothers me.
Did you ever see a running back lose his confidence? Did you ever see a head coach suddenly decide late in the season, I got this other guy, and I love this other guy, and I'm going to ride this other guy, and all of a sudden your stud, your star, is not sure who he is anymore. He came in tippy-toeing to me, like he wasn't hitting the holes with the authority and the confidence he used to. And again, maybe he's protecting the injury a little bit, but again,
not a great back.
Hey,
I've seen players lose confidence,
but
not great players.
That one,
I don't think he lost confidence. I think that the one thing is sometimes these coaches they want to try this 2-back thing. That's the thing to do.
Okay.
I got to give the Dallas Cowboys credit. Zeke Elliott, when he's healthy, he's going to carry the ball. That would be like playing LeBron James in 8 minutes of the championship game in Game 7. Yeah. You're like, what's wrong with you? You're not hurt? Nope. Why are you sitting? I mean, That's what I don't get.
Something like not playing Malcolm Butler the whole Super Bowl, like the whole
The
Super
whole
Bowl?
Super Bowl?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Something like that.
And then it's scared of the offensive line. ED, they didn't really do anything. All they did was run a couple of stunts, and the Rams' offensive line couldn't put it up. Jared Goff was under pressure. He was under more pressure on Sunday than I had seen Jared Goff at any point in time this season. And it wasn't in the running game. They basically took 5 guys and shut down the running game. They didn't have any run blitz. They weren't crowding the line of scrimmage. They just said, we're going to stop your run with 5 guys up front, 6 guys up front to lead the back end to take away the passing game. And they shut it off. I was so disappointed because the Rams, you were at NFL Honors, the Rams were voted best offensive line in football. They did not look like the best offensive line ED on Sunday.
No.
Not in the run game and definitely not in the passing game. So I was very disappointed.
Maybe the Patriots didn't give them enough tells across the line of scrimmage, right? Remember the Cowboys?
Exactly. Let me ask you this. If somebody would have told you, ED, they're going to hold the New England Patriots to 13 points, what would you have said?
Oh, we're going to win. We're going to win.
13
We're gonna
points.
win. That's what I'm saying. We're going to win. You're right. If you have I'm saying,
What do you
I'll
think
take
Tom
that.
Brady said 1 year ago on that night? If you told me going into this game, I'm going to score 33 points, we're going to win big in this game, right?
Exactly.
And Belichick gave up 41. So, is it my turn?
It's your turn. Your turn.
Mr. Dickerson, I am not going to gloat today. I am not going to rub it in.
Yeah, you are.
I did try to warn you. I did try to. And the truth is, in the very end, what happened in that football game was you got Brady'd. Everybody gets Brady in the Super Bowl because he's now won 6 of them with 6 fourth quarter overtime game-winning drives. That's astoundingly great. That's all-time clutch, and he did it to you again, albeit against, this is the other part of the equation you left out. Your defensive coordinator was really good in this game.
Really good.
Woo.
Right, really good.
He had the goods. He's had Tom Brady's number. He had his number in that 2015, the AFC Championship game. And he had firepower in the middle of his defense and coming off the edges, and he had 2 shutdown corners, and they did a masterful job of containing Tom Brady until it was time. And finally, Tom Brady cracked the code with 4 straight pass plays that just got him. He just found the openings. He got Gronk on Ebukam, and then he got Julian over the middle on an option route, and then he throws it outside to Rex Burkhead, and then he gets Gronk up the seam with, I thought, the signature pass of Tom Brady's postseason career. Because the more I watched the Gronk pass, he had to drop it down the chimney among 3 of your guys. They covered it pretty well. And Gronk made a nice catch, and that was the football game. That was it. It wound up like that. I can't give Bill Belichick nearly as much credit as you guys because I discredit your young head coach. You got to figure that out. And I discredit your young quarterback because I got to tell you, he went deer in headlights in this game. He got overwhelmed by the magnitude. He got off to a rocky start, and he could not get it back. His confidence got shattered in this game. And I'm giving him credit because he did throw the 2 balls to Brandon Cooks that could have changed this game, especially the second one. Brandon Cooks should have hung on to that.
Should have caught that.
And then we might be looking at an overtime game. I still think you would have gotten Brady'd in the overtime game. But in this case, Bill Belichick didn't do anything shockingly clever where I said, oh, I didn't see that coming. They played defense just the way they played it against the Chargers and just the way they played it at Kansas City. They did mush rush all night. They've been doing it the whole playoffs where they just mill at the line of scrimmage. And they're all standing up, and you're like, well, who's going to do what? Well, you just got to figure it out. And you should have figured it. You had 2 weeks to figure that out.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And you're right. They didn't do a lot of run blitzes. They just knew we are not going to let them bounce this outside. And every time Gurley, he bounced, he got 2 of them. One, the holding call really killed you on that one drive. And that was a phantom holding call on John Sullivan.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they held your run in check. And they put the game back in your young quarterback's hands. And to use your word yesterday, he was garbage, man. He had a long, hard game.
And anytime a team that can run the football like the Rams can, you want their quarterback to win it. I'm not letting CJ, I'm not letting Todd Gurley win this game like they did against Dallas. I'm not going to let that happen. If Coach Belichick says, I'm not going to let your best weapons beat me. Now, if you beat me with Jared Goff, if you throw 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, I can live with that. But I tell you what you're not going to do. You're not running for 200.
Well, I agree. And to me, we only ran the ball, 17 times. I mean, that's frustrating. I have to give the Patriots credit. The Patriots stuck to their run. Even the one fans, I'm saying,
you know what they did? They did
when you
what they
stick to the
always
run,
do.
because one thing with the run, it really is. Then the play action really works. We do play action. It wasn't. They're like they're not running the football.
You can't run the ball. You getting 1 yard.
We're not running. They don't. We never committed to really run the football, and that has been the word with me with Coach McVay. Sometimes he just gets away from it too soon, wants to get too fancy, and to me that hurt us in that football game.
What did he do to my Cowboys?
Oh, he ran it to death.
And I was so impressed because he loves to throw the football, but it was working, and he stuck with it. And he ran them off the field, 273 yards.
But you remember, ED, late in the season against the Chiefs, I think Gurley only had 11 carries. Okay, you can abandon the run. If you're throwing the ball for 350, 400 yards, okay, fine.
It's different.
But when you're not completing passes or they're hitting your quarterback, you got to change it up. You got and you got Todd Gurley back there. He made the most money. He's the highest paid running back in NFL history. And he get 10 carries.
10 carries? That's what I'm saying. And those 10 wasn't it's like you know, I know a running back, you got to get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
You can't carry the ball two times.
Yeah, two here,
the ball, three here,
yeah.
you know, one. You got to get in that 4. Give me 5. Give me 6.
See, and he was going series without playing.
Well, it's because C.J. Anderson went from blessing to curse because McVay fell in love with him enough that he was at least going to share the load, right, on Sunday night?
Yeah.
And that was...
Well, if it was working like they did in the final 2 games and against Dallas, okay. But I got to go with something. I got to go with the hot hand.
You got to go with the horse that got you there.